It's 2021, a new decade. What is a new decade supposed to entail? Innovation, new ventures, creativity, just anything that wasn't previously established. We're supposed to be expanding on concepts, inventing new and endearing and intriguing things. But what do we have? The same generic, box standard, rinse and repeat bullshit. But before I get into that, make sure you're donating, supporting me, following me over to Twitch, doing the basic bare minimum. The reason why I stopped making content is because you bitch ass motherfuckers refuse to donate, you refuse to support, you refuse to do the bare minimum. This is why I don't make content anymore. I'm only making these videos because somebody paid me. I'm not making this shit for free anymore. Like I said before, follow me on Twitch and do the basic bare minimum. If you don't donate or financially support me, you do not matter. You don't matter, you don't have a place in this society, and you don't have a place on my channel. But besides all that, like I said before, 2021, and gaming is still fucking dead. Like I said in my previous video, if the 2010s was bad, if you thought the 2010s was bad, God only knows the abominations that are about to come out this decade. I mean, it's only the 2021, a year-end report of the new decade, and we still getting the same bullshit. And it's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Like I said before, if the 2010s was bad, if the 2010s was the start of gaming turning into shit, then this is the mountaintop. It's just so sad. Gaming used to be so innovative, so creative in the 1990s. But like I said before, these videos I've been doing now have been yearly installments. I made a video exposing the worst games of 2020. I also made another video exposing the worst games of all time, the worst games of 2019. Now it's my time to expose the worst, most garbage games of the year 2021, of the first 2 quarters of the year. These might be the worst games of 2021 in general because I don't see this year or even decade getting any better. If you think the games are good now or bad now, just wait, and I mean wait till the shit comes out in the next few years. If you think the shit that people are hyping up in 2022, 2023, but yeah, on to the first installment. Alright, first up on the list is Resident Evil Village. And Resident Evil has been a franchise that has been dead in the gutter for 2 decades and counting now. I mean, this is a series of franchise that has been on life support. This is a franchise that does not know what it wants to be. It's another bullshit franchise that Capcom just keeps on shitting out because it makes money. I mean, first the franchise wanted to be a survival horror type game. Then it wanted to be a first person shooter. Then it wanted to be a multiplayer game. Now it wants to be this bootleg first person bullshit again. It's just pathetic. I mean, they cannot make up their minds. This just shows that the people who used to work at Capcom, who made Capcom such a prolific, amazing company that put out nothing but quality games in the 90s, they don't work at the company anymore because garbage games like this are a prime example. You went from quality games like the first 3 Resident Evils to the bullshit that was RE4, a completely overrated garbage game. And now you got this garbage ass 8 Village, which is just a retread of RE4, just in first person like RE7. And it's just fucking pathetic. I mean, you people disgust me. The way they marketed this game, it just shows that it appealed to nothing but virgins. Niggas who like to beat off to fictional characters because they had that vampire lady at the forefront. And the funny thing is she dies at the very beginning. A character who is so heavily into marketing, and I saw numerous times people on Twitter, on the internet and shit, saying that they were gonna buy this game because of that fucking vampire Lady Demetria, whatever the fuck her name is. So many people were saying that. Like, how the fuck is this supposed to be horror? If you're marketing your horror bullshit on the basis of horny versions jacking off to one of your characters, it just shows how much of a fucking loser you are. And how dead your fucking franchise truly is. This is supposed to be a horror franchise. And they're marketing in a way that just appeals to the lowest common denominator. I mean, Resident Evil has always been for the brain dead, but this is just rock bottom. This is how you know when the franchise jumps the shark. That phrase exists for a reason. RE8 is Resident Evil Capcom jumping the shark for the final and last time. This franchise is officially dead. Resident Evil 8 is one of the worst games ever made. Terrible gameplay, horrible navigation system, easy as fuck game. This game is easy as fuck. The way you have to unlock infinite ammo is stupid as fuck. You gotta get all the parts to every weapon. You gotta play the game like 3 fucking times. It's stupid. Boring, retarded story. I mean, this game is just awful, awful. This is Resident Evil at its worst. And that's saying something because Resident Evil has a long track record, a long history of having nothing but terrible ass games, back to back to back to back to back. But yeah, Capcom, they just put the final nail in the coffin in this trash. Next up is the atrocity known as Returnal. And can we please, for the love of God, stop with these garbage ass looter shooter games that Borderlands popularized? We got Borderlands, Destiny, just all these Warframe, all these bullshit games that play, look, and act exactly the same. This is what I mean when I say we have the same bullshit another fucking decade. And now we're starting the PS5 era, and it's the exact same bullshit. What is with you people? Why do you keep buying the same game? All of these games are just reskins of each other. They're just endless looter shooters, completely made for you to buy microtransactions, get all of the hot new expansion packs for like $50. Like, this is idiots who buy this game keep on fueling these bad gaming practices. You people are idiots. You're in the Matrix playing garbage games like this. It's so pitiful. What is so different from this game from Borderlands? You got a jetpack or some shit? Didn't that other game, what was that shit called? That garbage game with a jetpack that was also a looter shooter? It was so trash I forgot the name. But it was exactly like this. And nobody bought it. And now people are buying this trash game? What is with you people? What is so special about Returnal? What is so endearing? Oh, I know why. Because the PS5 doesn't have any games. So you people are playing anything you can. It's just crabs in a barrel ass people. You people are pathetic. Imagine playing some trash like Returnal. It's just so pitiful. You people really gotta do better. You would never see me playing a trash game like this. I only play good games. Not garbage ass rinse and repeat, garbage 24/7 looter shooter ass games. This is for the common idiot. This is no different from a sports game like 2K or Madden. People like to clown sports player games and shit, which they are trash, but you're playing the exact same thing. You're playing these looter shooters, these Call of Duties, these yearly release bullshit games that don't do anything to innovate, to move the industry forward. You're part of the problem. But yeah, Returnal was just complete garbage. One of the worst games ever made. Alright, next up on the list is the Silent Hill ripoff known as The Medium. It's funny how quick this game died. I remember when Xbox unveiled this game at their video game showcase or whatever, and people were hyping this game up, sucking it off, because somebody who worked on Silent Hill was working on this game. But this game, it's funny how quickly this game died. As soon as it came out, nobody gave a fuck about this game anymore. Terrible gameplay, horrible controls. I mean, this game just sucked. Call this game a horror game would just be a disrespect to the legacy of all the classic horror games that have come out in the past, like Clock Tower, the OG Resident Evils, the OG Silent Hills. So many classic legacy games would just be shat on if we really called this game, categorized this game as a horror game. All these shitty jump scare horror games are not horror games. This game is an outdated game that has some weird two-player switch character bullshit, some outdated game design that just did not fit the current game model. And it's just pathetic that people thought this game was going to be good in the first place. But notice how nobody's talking about this game. Nobody. I'm only putting the game on the list because it was just so fucking trash that people were hyping it up. And then it died almost immediately. That is just hilarious. That is peak comedy. That people keep hyping up trash only for it to die when it doesn't gain the traction that it needs to for people to dig right, for it to gain a massive fan base. Yeah, but yeah, The Medium was just another worthless ass flavor of the week game that died instantly. Trash. If you need more reason why gaming is dead, look no closer than Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is the problem with the current gaming industry, people. We're so creatively bankrupt. Well, let's not say we, let's say you. You people are so, and I mean so creatively bankrupt that the only way to solidify any cash, any money is to remaster games that aren't even that fucking old, bro. Some of these games aren't even that old. Mass Effect is what, like a generation ago, 2 generations ago? It's not even that old of a game and it's already getting a remaster. Not to mention it's a trash game. They're trying to capitalize off nostalgia, the nostalgia crowd for people who grew up with this game. And imagine growing up with a trash game like Mass Effect. Mass Effect was always a shitty wannabe Halo Gears of War clone that tried to distinguish itself by having fake RPG elements and shitty dialogue options when you encountered a cutscene. It was just corny. Anybody who was a fan of Mass Effect is an idiot. There was nothing interesting about this game ever. I always thought Mass Effect was a trash, cheap Halo ripoff that was never as good as Halo, which is saying something because I fucking hate Halo. But Mass Effect is just a whole new spectrum of trash. It's really impressive how trash a franchise can be and how it just garnered this die-hard, retarded, weirdo fan base. You got people cosplaying as Mass Effect characters. Like, imagine doing shit like that. This franchise has always been trash, but the fact that they released a remaster of it just shows that gaming is truly, and I mean truly fucking doomed. Gaming is doomed. Unless we can cease production of these remasters of bad games. If they're gonna remake a game, at least remaster a good game, a quality game, not a game that isn't even that old, and a game that was never good to begin with. Stop these remasters, you bitch ass companies. What is with you? Damn, don't you see this formula does not work for the longevity of your company? Companies that just do nothing but remake and remaster end up going bankrupt. Because people catch on to the nostalgia shit. But again, imagine being hyped up for a trash, fake ass RPG like Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You people have to be just on some type of spectrum. I just don't know what to say to you people. You people are mentally ill. Mass Effect was never good. It was always trash. Always a D-list tier wannabe RPG that just never could compete with the quality games of the old trash. Alright, next up on the list is the shitty Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. And the game hasn't even come out, but I already know the game is going to be more repetitive garbage. Wanna know why? Because the first game was trash. This is going to be another retread of this cutscene movie simulator formula that has plagued Sony since the PS3 era, since Uncharted. From Uncharted to Last of Us, to Spider-Man, to Horizon Zero Dawn, and anything in between. Just all these games that just have this weird movie formula. It wants to be a movie, but it wants to be a game, but it has more movie elements and it has less game elements. Yet it has this cinematic presentation, yet it doesn't have anything interesting to set itself apart from all the other movie cutscene simulators. That is the best way to describe games like this. A game that is so convoluted in its design that it should just be a movie because you're barely doing shit. You're just watching cutscenes, occasionally pressing square, mashing square, no gameplay to be found, no innovative things to be done. Just the same rinse and repeat box standard shit that Sony has been selling to you for the past 15 years now, since Uncharted. This is why I hate Naughty Dog. When Naughty Dog released Uncharted, all these companies like, we can copy that formula. We can put less effort into the game element and more into the spectacle, cinematic element of the game. And that'll just woo people because people, for some reason, now seem to think that gaming is now an entertainment visual medium instead of a, hands-on approach medium. Like, I just don't know what these people are thinking. People who back games like this, it's just pitiful. I'm going extra hard on this game because this game just represents everything that I loathe about the modern gaming industry. Just shitty rinse and repeat movie cutscene simulators that don't do anything new. Just the same rinse and repeat box standard bullshit that Sony has been shitting out for 2 decades now. And it's just pitiful. It is sad. It is sad. This game is going to be garbage. Trash. This is the type of game for people who hate, specifically for people who hate gaming. Man, the God of War franchise has always been trash, but when they dropped that movie cutscene simulator game in 2018, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry because God of War, again, has always been trash, but to see a franchise like this, that was just a mindless hack and slash, not a good one, just be reduced to this movie cutscene bullshit. Like, I wouldn't even wish this formula on my worst enemy, on my worst video games. Just praying that they become a movie cutscene simulator, that is a fate worse than death. This is the type of game for people who do not like gaming, who think gaming is some type of childish act or something like that, a toy for degenerates. This is the type of game for idiots who do not know what good quality gaming is. The true potential that a game can unveil. This is the type of game that appeals to idiots just like the Last of Us fans, the Horizon Zero Dawn fans, the Beyond Two Souls fans, the Heavy Rain fans, and anything in between. Just another shitty generic cutscene movie simulator. You know, they gave Kratos a dad bod. They gave him a son. It just became so corny. Like, how can people say this is God of War? The OG God of Wars was a man named Kratos killing the Olympic gods, going through hell and back to get his revenge. Now he's a corny dad with a son playing catch and bow and arrow. It's just so corny with a generic story that you've seen 1,000 times. How can people be excited for a game like this? I just don't understand. What is going through your head psychologically that instincts you to be excited for a game like this, that just carries you on to be excited and want to play a game like this? I just can't comprehend the mindset of an idiot, of a casual. So I'm asking you that question. Please tell me. I need to understand. How do you people think? What is the psychological difference between me and you, a higher level thinker, somebody above you in every single fundamental way, and you idiots hyping up trash, the same rinse and repeat shit? I need to know the missing link so that I can help you people get over your mental illness. Because clearly current science just isn't enough to prevent whatever is going on through you type of people's heads. I really need to know. Next up on the list is the trash known as No More Heroes 3. Now, I already exposed this game a while back. To sum it up, this is a game that people like to dig ride for the simple fact it's under the radar. It's low key. It's underrated. Newsflash, just because a game is underrated or under the radar, that doesn't make it good. You got so many idiots hyping this trash up for the simple fact it's low key, it's a low key kind of game. Like, you people are idiots. This is another shitty generic hack and slash game, trying to act like this game is a hidden gem. No, it's a hidden trash. This is nothing but a DMC clone, one of the worst of DMC clones. It tries to have a wisecracking, corny, main protagonist like Dante from DMC, tries to have gameplay like Bayonetta, but it's just trash. These games never sold, not because they were hidden gems, but they were hidden trash. They weren't good. They were not good games. You No More Heroes fanboys need to cut it out. You don't actually like this game. You just want to feel like you're important, like you're part of a fan base, a fandom that's low key because you don't have any friends in real life. But No More Heroes 3 is just more trash. This game is not going to sell because the original games were not good. This game was made by a hack creator who just put out nothing but trash games, and No More Heroes 3 will be his latest piece of garbage that gets put out for casuals. Hitman is trash, man. Every Hitman game has been terrible, which is impressive because there have been a lot of franchises with really bad games, but they would at least have one good game. But Hitman is nothing but a Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, Max Payne ripoff for idiots. This game is horrible. It's just a shitty generic stealth game where you're just doing the same thing every other second, hiding and killing people, sneaking. Like, how is that fun? This is another game for people who do not like gaming. You're playing shit that just tortures you. Repetition is not fun. The same box standard generic shit with no variety is not fun. And Hitman just says no to fun because it's not a fun game. How do these games even sell? Who is playing this shit? I never see anybody talking about Hitman in real life or on the internet. Yet it still sells somehow? Enough to get a third game? Why? Again, this goes back to that psychological problem. The disconnect between me, an alpha gamer, an elite gamer, to you casuals, hyping up and playing the flavor of the week trash that you're not going to remember. Nobody's going to remember Hitman 3. People remember Splinter Cell Chaos Theory because that was an amazing, astounding stealth game. That was a stealth game done right. That was a fun, amazing game. Nobody's going to remember Hitman 3 and say it was some legacy, legendary game that needs to be preserved. No. That's just not gonna happen. That's not gonna be the talks in the 10 years from now, the decades from now. Nobody's gonna remember Hitman 3, but people are gonna remember those legacy, legendary games from a decade ago. The Splinter Cell series, the older Metal Gear Solid games. Those are games that are always gonna be in people's minds and heads forever. Not this trash Hitman bullshit. Trash. Outriders, another looter shooter. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. Oh man. You got so many idiots hyping this again, bare bones generic shit. I don't want to repeat myself what I said about Eternals, whatever the shit that game was called. But again, it's the same retread of the same problems that the gaming industry currently faces. A whole bunch of idiots hyping up trash, thinking it's good when it's the same rinse and repeat bog standard shit. That only a casual games like this appeal to the casual gamer. That's the problem with gaming. There are too many casuals. Too many people hyping up trash. They don't have a quality standard like me. When I see some trash like this, I instantly ignore it or shit on it because it's not up to par with my taste. But you people just have such low standards and such low taste that you're taking anything. You're like a dog, like a dog just starving, just taking anything, taking the food scraps out of the garbage can, taking the fecal matter off the ground, just eating it, eating whatever he can muster, eating all the scraps. That's like you people. You people are eating the latest, newest bullshit, regardless of if it's the same rinse and repeat shit. Even if you know it's the same rinse and repeat shit, you just want to fit in on the crowd. You want to fit in with the same generic crowd. Want to be part of a fan base, be part of a loser club. Basically, this ain't even a fan base. This is a loser club. Casual gamers are part of the loser club. Unlike me, who plays nothing but the most profound S tier games, who plays quality, who searches for quality left and right, not the same rinse and repeat bullshit looter shooters. God damn. Seriously, people, get a clue. Get a clue. You're gonna spend the rest of this fucking decade of gaming playing the same box standard shit? It's time to expand your horizons. Expand. Evolve. Evolve. Far Cry 6 is a horrible ass game. That should be clear as day obvious to anybody who isn't a complete fucking moron. Like, do I really have to do this? Do I really have to explain why this game is garbage? I mean, I always strive to deliver 100% facts whenever I'm delivering in my videos, but this should be obvious. I mean, Far Cry is the same rinse and repeat bullshit that Ubisoft has been cramming out for 2 decades now. Every Far Cry is the exact same thing. It tries to distinguish itself from these other FPSs, but it falls into the exact same tropes as all of them. Anybody who knows me knows that I hate modern FPSs, but every Far Cry is the same thing. Drop you on an island or a forest, you gotta survive and navigate. And it's the exact same rinse and repeat bullshit that they've been shitting down you idiots. You idiots, not me, because I don't play trash. You idiots for the exact same 20 years. Since the first game. People will shit on Call of Duty, it is trash, but then they'll say they like a game like this when it's the exact same rinse and repeat bullshit. This is just another game for casuals who just hate gaming, who don't want to expand their horizons. This is what happens when you don't expand your horizon. You get 6 installments of this trash. You get 6 installments of a trash game. But yeah, Far Cry 6 is trash. So there you have it. The top 10 worst games of 2021 so far. And the funny thing, whenever I drop these videos of 100% facts, you'll never see anybody in the comment section, let alone completing the video, but they never have arguments to debunk anything I'm saying. They're always crying. Why you gotta ruin shit for people? How can you say that? How is a video on the internet ruining shit for people? If anything, you're ruining the experience for me because you're poisoning gaming. You keep hyping up these bad gaming practices and trends, and it's fucking up the system, the industry. You people are the problem, not me. People with quality standards deserve the preservation of quality games, not trash, rinse and repeat, bog standard, flavor of the week bullshit. Think about that before you cry in the comment section, pussy. Especially to those who actually completed the fucking video. Shouts out to you, but the rest of you people, fuck you and suck my dick.